What is the comparison?
This is your stage now. Go ahead.
The whole world is my stage.
Wow.
And we're
Not
all
just
merely,
sports today.
and we're all merely players.
You read Shakespeare before coming today.
Yes.
No, but that reminds me of the background noise when a villain comes in. Like
So I'm the villain.
same.
Which villain?
But
What were you doing?
produced by Sidvi.
Just trying to ensure my pronunciation was correct.
So, Pella, share.
So the pronunciation Taruba. So that is the reason why I didn't want to make it Taroba or some other kind of thing. So I just practiced beforehand until the camera went live. Taruba. Brian Lara Cricket Stadium at Taruba.
So the comparison, what it reminds me of, if you've seen the movie Pink Panther, there's a scene where both of them kind of get obsessed over the word jojoba, and they make an entire chant out of it. So he just went on and on. It's the exact same thing.
Clearly, T20 vibes I sense already.
Breaking news to debutants.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing in Tilak Verma. I'm most excited to see him. Alongside him, if you ask me, another guy that I'm really excited to see today, Yashasvi Jaiswal. If he is playing, that is, has he played? No. So
No.
then Yashasvi is
No.
not playing.
Wait, didn't he play in Sri Lanka?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have to check. I can't recollect.
Anyway, if he plays, that is, I'm really excited to see him. But Tilak is playing, so more
Yes.
so very excited to see him. There is Mukesh Kumar, which I expected that he would have played, because I think the choice would have been between Avesh and Mukesh.
Probably.
because
Yeah.
Arshdeep would have definitely started.
Yep.
And Hardik's going to bowl with a new ball. And then you had an Avesh Khan, Mukesh Kumar that you could have looked at. So I think they've gone with Mukesh, which is exciting. Why I'm also excited to see Tilak is because after a very long time, we have a guy who can bowl a bit, a batter who can bowl. And whether he bowls today or not, I don't know. But that the time of Yuvraj Singh and Virender Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar and all of them who could roll their arms over, but just
Joe
Root. Even a man from Pune,
Kedar
Kedar
Jadhav.
Jadhav, yeah.
Kedar
The
Jadhav.
ultimate.
He used to throw Malai Koftas.
Whatever.
Below sea level.
Give you a few overs. That's gone. So after a long time, we'll have someone like a Tilak. Mic
On number.
Three. Okay, so the toss time at the Brian Lara Cricket Stadium.
Before we know what teams are doing, it's I believe the same pitch that was used for the
2
one
days,
day,
yeah,
the last
yeah.
1 day, which means it'll be a bit dry, but it'll be good for batters. So that's the same pitch. You are going to see plenty of spinners come into the game today. Whether Yuzi is that one spinner or
Again?
not, we'll have to.
Was there some confusion there?
No.
West Indies has won the toss and decided to bat first.
Interesting.
The confusion may have been where you saw West Indies win the toss, the captain win the toss, and Hardik asked him. That may have been because he won the toss and decided to bat first. That's why Hardik may have been a bit confused. He's like, Are you
sure?
On this track?
Well, nobody bats first in a
In
T20
T20
game.
it doesn't matter what track it is. They'll always bowl first.
This is the
Rahman
third
Powell.
consecutive time West Indies is winning the toss, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
The two ODIs, one in Barbados and one here. And now
Yeah,
it's T20.
decided.
And what's common?
West Indies losing all.
No.
No, they won in Barbados.
Oh, yeah,
They lost
yeah.
They
one.
won on the second
So
one.
what is common?
They're batting for-
Hardik went for the toss.
Hardik, yes.
Because the one that they lost, Rohit.
No.
Rohit were captain when they won.
But-
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So when they
Hardik
won the
won.
toss, it was Rohit who went out to
Yeah.
cap. Thing.
But no correlation between winning, losing the toss and then the ultimate result.
Not about the result.
Yeah.
Because result to change, na? There were
Yes.
different results. What did I ask? What is the only thing that's common?
Is that I think Hardik Pandya has inherited Virat Kohli's luck in the toss.
Yeah. That's the only thing that's common. Because results you got both. Captains you've had both.
Or like Pat Cummins also. I think he didn't win a single toss in the
But I don't think this is a toss that he'd be upset about losing.
Not when he gets to bowl first.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Because I think India would have at least a couple of spinners, so if it's a dry track, might get something out
Couple
of it.
of spinners would mean no Yuzi Chahal.
Potentially.
Because one spinner will have to be Akshar Patel.
Yes.
Because if you don't play an Akshar Patel, then your batting gets weak. It ends at 7, which is what the Indian team wouldn't want to do in a T20 game. So Akshar definitely plays. And also because Jadeja is not around, he fills in that role. He plays. Then you've only got one spot for a spinner left. Going by form, Kuldeep would be really hard to drop, which then is another indicator that usually does not play, I guess.
Yeah. He's not been picked in Ireland. And he's a tourist in this entire series.
Unless you play 3 spinners.
Can happen.
What was the last time we did?
Maybe it might happen in the second T20 onwards. Because
No, but that's Guyana, no?
yeah, Ghana is a slow, low deck.
This is also dry actually.
Very dry.
But again, then how do you? Yeah, you've got Hardik and take 2 fast bowlers.
Yeah.
That's done with
Mukesh.
6 options.
And plus also, according to what Robin Powell is saying, he says India are playing a lot of spinners, so could potentially mean 3.
Yeah.
He's seen the team sheets, he would know.
Yeah, so which means you get those 3 spinners in. Your 2 fast bowlers are then Mukesh and Arshdeep. I'm guessing he'll be a first
And Hardik
choice.
will maybe bowl 2 overs.
Not a bad option.
Yeah.
So you got 6 bowlers, and lot of spinners might also mean a 4th
Tilak
spinning
Tilak.
option of Tilak Verma. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
4th spinning option of Tilak Verma.
Yep. So
By the way, this is an interesting point that Hardik is talking about, where he says we might be coming to play the World Cup here, 2024, the T20 World Cup
Yes.
in USA and the West Indies, and in which case you will have a situation where the Indian team does travel
yep.
to the Caribbean. So I think for the captain or the man who's going to be captain at the time in Hardik Pandya,
Yep.
for him a great opportunity to test his combination or even test the kind of pitches that will be in offer. So then he'll probably get an idea.
So we've
UV
got the
Chahal
playing
will be
11.
playing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the
there
playing
you go.
11 for the Indian team is Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav is your vice captain, Tilak Verma it's his debut, Hardik Pandya, Sanju Samson plays, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, the Kulcha duo, Kuldeep and Yajuvendra Chahal are both playing, Arshdeep Singh and Mukesh Kumar.
We actually got
Go
the
ahead.
11 right.
Yes.
Could have been
And
an
UV
option.
Chahal gets a game.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just saying that's drum rolls for that.
Really.
UZ Chahal finally getting a game, but then many would say he'll continue to play all T20s till the time you reach the World Cup.
And then again, he'll be a spectator.
He'll be a spectator, yep.
He
No, but as
may-
I was saying, you missed those. I said at least this time, they've consistently kept him as a second choice. Unlike, playing him throughout the year, then last minute, we want to play Ashwin.
Yeah.
No, but now that he's playing, he has a chance. You're going one up, or it's man versus man, mano y mano, one player versus the other. So it's a clear-cut battle where Yuzi has the opportunity to show that he could be the first choice spinner. Kuldeep's had an outstanding ODI series. And if he's the spinner that he's going to be up against, because clearly your other spinner is the all-rounder. So no competition there. In fact, Yuzi also risks missing out on the ODI 15-member squad. Because there's a good chance you may go with a Jadeja and an Akshar. Possible.
Backup is Kuldeep.
And then you go with Kuldeep as the 3 guys. No, backup in the sense
The backup is
Jadeja
Akshar, right?
and Akshar being there. And Kuldeep, of course, plays. In which case, you might not go with a 4th spinner, even the squad.
Chahal might be your standby then in that
So
case.
if I'm Chahal, I'm in that situation where I may not even make the squad. But if he goes well in these T20s,
He's got 3 good pitches
Okay.
wherein he can exhibit his class. 1 here and 2 at Providence, Guyana. That is really a good spinning deck.
Doesn't that make it 2 pitches then?
I mean, he's got between 3 matches. I don't know about Fort Lauderdale, how that impacts the spinners, but I think that's a pretty flat
Very
deck.
flattish.
Yeah.
Not much assistance for the bowlers, short boundaries, so that's why 3 games where UZ Chahal can display his class. 2 ideal conditions for him.
and it's not just one place where there will be competition within the team. I think this one's an interesting one to watch out. As I said, Kuldeep Yadav and UZ Chahal. So you'll obviously be judging them. Don't get fooled by the format, because this is a ODI World Cup year. There'll be a good chance that some of these T20 performances will be looked at when you're picking the ODI team, and that's exactly what we discussed yesterday as well in our dugout. But the other man versus man battle to watch out for is Sanju Samson versus Ishan Kishan. I know Ishan had an outstanding ODI series. It's exactly the same kind of a contest which you're seeing between the spinners, where Kuldeep had a great series, but now Yuzi will be challenging him. Similarly, Ishan Kishan had an outstanding ODI series, the man of the series, in fact, at the time. And then he'd be competing now with Sanju Samson, who gave you glimpses of what he can do in that previous. Now both of them going head to head would be very interesting to see.
Yep.
You know what else I really like about the look of this lineup? You have 3 left-handers, 3 left-hand batsmen.
Yeah.
You've got Kishan at the top of the order, you have Tilak in the middle, and you've got Akshar at number 7. I don't remember the last time India had 3 left-hand batsmen. I mean, we struggled to get one in most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, you had Gambhir, you had.
No, I'm talking about that's a long time back.
10 years, 12 years back, yeah.
But I don't know, I sort of disagree with you guys a little, because I really don't think there's a contest here between Kuldeep and Chahal.
Oh, 100% is.
I'll tell you what, because I don't think you're mixing formats with them. I think it is pretty established now. Regardless, just my personal opinion, I'm saying, even if Chahal gets you wickets over here, is there anything new about it? Chahal getting you wickets in T20s?
No, but I'm saying that would have been different had, let's say, I would have, agreed to that argument, had Yuzi not have been part of the ODI squad. In which case you would have said you're not even looking at him at ODI, right? And then if he had a good T20 series, you would have said doesn't matter. I'll give an example of who could be in that position. Let's say Arshdeep Singh, who's not been selected in the ODI squad. So then if you make an argument that, listen, if he has a good T20 series, doesn't matter, because you're not really looking at him, and those 4 fast bowlers, as we've discussed, you pretty much have zeroed in on them when you pick that ODI team. But that's not the case with Yuzi Chahal. He was part of that ODI setup, did not play. The fact that you selected him means that you're still not made your mind 100% that he will not be there. And so now if he does well in T20s, and which is why I said it's quite similar to Sanju and Kishan, where Kishan had a very good ODI series and Sanju did not, but you've still not given up on Sanju not being part of the ODI squad. So that dress rehearsal is still kind of on, and because you're not left with too many ODIs, you're going to be looking at the T20 performances as well. Don't tell me, if let's say Kuldeep doesn't have a great T20 series and Yuzi does, and similarly Ishan doesn't have a great T20 series, but Samsung is like outstanding, then you will have that debate. When you sit next to pick the ODI team.
Not too sure. See, with batters we say, okay, any form of runs are runs, you get runs, yes, regardless if it's white ball. Let's say it's the argument which was made with Surya for the longest time. He's getting you runs, he can, replicate this, because it's the same format, you're playing with the same ball, it's an extension of the same format, let's say. But how often do we make that case for bowlers? That you have form, let's say, in T20Is, but how often do you see, okay, he's got wicket in T20s, let's give him a chance in ODIs also?
I mean, Arshdeep came into the T20 team predominantly basis his exploits in the IPL, so you can't say it doesn't matter.
T20I into T20I only, no?
ODI.
No, but then see, look at it this way. What do we all say about Arshdeep saying that why is he not part of your ODI team? I think
We say again, but is that really replicating into selection? It's
Imran
not.
Malik also.
No, but Yuzi has been. I'm just saying he was part of your ODI team just now. So that means you believe in his ODI.
Or could it just be to just douse the criticism?
I am saying if he ends up as the man of the series of the T20 series.
But again, are we not expecting him to pick wickets anyway? Like we pointed it out yesterday as well. He is a proven T20 player.
He's a proven ODI
player
player.
also.
But again, you made a choice now.
How do you know you made that choice?
We are assuming the choice has been
Yeah.
Given.
If that choice had been made, then he wouldn't have been selected for that ODI series.
Exactly.
Secondly, he would have been then sent to Ireland as well, where you're sending a backup team. The reason the argument is that for the Ireland series you've not sent your regulars because it's just going to finish in 1 week before the Asia Cup. The Indian team is going to have a camp, so anyone who's not been going to Ireland is in contention to be part of that Asia Cup squad. Yuzi is also there.
With the Indian management right now, I think with all the experimentation aside, there is a lot of clarity with a few players, like with Ishan Kishan.
That's what I'm saying. There is clarity that there is Kuldeep. And Yuzi again. See, someone has to travel. Someone has to travel. I'm saying there is clarity in that case.
Because
I don't think there is any clarity. we are praying that these guys have a consistent performance. If there is a consistent performance, not just for one series, for 2 or 3 series, then you will have clarity.
But to be fair, Kuldeep was the preferred spinner in all of your white ball series before the IPL, performed well there, has performed well since. I think there is clarity when it comes
That's
to
what.
Kuldeep.
What you are trying to ensure is want to give Chahal some game time, because if let's say Kuldeep has an injury, or so let's say there is a backup, you want your backup to have some game time as well. You want him to be well oiled and ready for it as well, not somebody fresh.
I find it hard to believe that if UZ has a great T20I series,
He won't be in the reckoning.
he will be in the reckoning.
Of
He's
course
already
he'll
in
be
the
in the
reckoning.
No, he won't be in the reckoning. If he gets you wickets and even then he's not.
Yeah, then I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
But I think he
But-
will be in the reckoning.
But then with Kuldeep, because he's performed well in the ODI series as well, and so like, what if
Maybe
he,
he will continue-
What if he like
you-
outperforms UZ
Then
in the
bas-
T20I
Then it's
series
done.
as well?
It's anyway
done.
decided. It's anyway decided. Nothing changes there. But I'm just saying there's a one-on-one competition. There are a few super chats here we've missed, I guess.
Yeah, so Vishal Panchal from the US is saying, might be unpopular opinion, get Shikhar and ODI move Gill to 4 if Rahul and Shreyas not fit. No? Now only one position, number 5, Asian taken by Kishan. Look Vishal, the situation and the reports that we are seeing is that Rohit and Ishan Kishan open, Shubman Gill gets deported to number 4.
Number 3.
No, 3 would be Kohli, yeah.
Over there saying.
How can you of all people figure it?
Yeah.
No, or why can't Ishan make that sacrifice and be?
Most likely that will be what happens.
But
This is just, I think now with that Shubman Gill demotion, we are starting to make a little bit more sense. They want him to get demoted. He
Shubman
can,
Gill
yes.
See, because Indians and we as Indians wanting a left-hand, right-hand partnership, opening partner, is nothing new. You've always wanted to replicate that since that Shikhar Rohit partnership,
Sehwag Gambhir.
Gambhir partnership. You've been looking for
Saurav,
that.
Sachin. This has been
Now
there.
you just want it, and it just entices you even want to go for this radical sort of a change or want a little bit of a tweak because Ishan has runs now. So it enables you to make that decision.
His role clarity at number 4 will get totally muddled.
If you put Ishan
there.
And what about Gill then?
Batted number 4. Where have you seen
At 3 max.
No, he's batted 4. Please take out his batting by position thing. I clearly remember
For India.
for IPL.
IPL,
batted at
Mumbai.
number 4.
Yeah.
He's batted
Mumbai
at number
Indians.
4. He's batted at number 4.
Okay.
But Shubman has never. Where have you seen him bat?
Exactly. So it's not a great leap of faith either to take.
What do you do? What do you do?
See,
You
Shubman,
create
when he
somebody
started in the
now.
under 19 World
You tried for Surya Kumar Yadav, he didn't get runs. You need a wicket-keeper batsman.
Trust Sanju.
KL Rahul. No, but so that contest is on. The one advantage that Ishan has is the left-hander.
Tell him how to do it.
Yes.
And you were so desperate to have a left-hander to come in is because you even pushed someone like a Jadeja to bat at number 4. So the Indian team clearly needs a left-hander. I don't think that it's
No,
So that's not your.
T20s,
done and
T20.
dusted.
Not even
This
eyes.
is internationals.
Can we take another question while you
Yeah.
check that?
So this will just show internationals.
Yeah.
Just check it on another system.
That's okay, we'll check. Just
Sobham Sai says it's good to see Hardik handing over the cap to Tilak. He's the right person to do that.
Titan.
But then no, Tilak plays for Mumbai.
Mumbai,
Huh.
sorry.
Actually, the right person would have been Rohit, but Rohit's not in the scheme of things for T20 guys. So
Yeah.
but why is he saying this?
maybe because he's the, I don't know.
Same domestic team, something.
No.
No, Tilak is Hyderabad.
Exactly.
Same club.
Nothing.
I mean, captain leading from, okay, I'll give it to the youngster.
What?
That
Cap, the debut cap.
So he was
But what
supposed
is
to
the
be
reason?
it.
Why do you think he's the right person? Why would
Because-
he have said that? I want to know.
I mean,
He
he's like,
likes his charisma.
Maybe he's saying he is the right person. He means Tilak is the right person to debut.
no. He means that Hardik's the right person to know. No.
He is the right person to do that.
That meaning the handing over the cap. Maybe because Hardik is the captain, so theoretically the captain should be doing it for everyone. But I don't know.
No, I know the answer. Sir, usually for a good batter, a batter hands them the cap. For a good bowler, a bowler is usually asked to hand him the cap. Sometimes they call a commentator.
Yeah.
All-rounder.
NT Tilak Verma, yes. True that.
That could be one reason, possible reason.
But I'll just say be a fitter version of Hardik Pandya.
Matlab?
You want to fitter? No injuries, no.
He's a fast bowler, dude.
Still,
So fast bowlers so will have some injuries, huh?
he had a long layoff, no.
So that happens.
Come on, man.
Anyway, Tanmay Joshi says if KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer become fit before the Australia series, in my opinion, they should be in the World Cup squad. Archer and Clark directly came to the World Cup after injuries.
Michael Clark.
Michael Clark, yeah.
That's how everyone saw. What does everyone think? Good point, Tanmay.
Yeah. I think you are once again overcooking the khichdi then. Either you should have picked them during the Asia Cup.
But if they're not, he's saying if they become fit before the Australia series, Baba, Asia Cup is out of the equation.
No,
See,
Both
the
are
current
suggesting
reporting,
The
yeah.
first time they will be available is not Asia Cup.
Yeah.
But Australia.
So he's saying that is a good idea to do it. What do you think?
My idea is, if the reports are untrue, let them play the Asia Cup. Australia will be cutting it too close.
Assuming they are not available.
No, don't pick them. Don't.
Even if they're available for Australia.
He's citing the case of Michael Clark and Jofra Archer. That is a different thing altogether. That
No,
might
but
have
he's
worked in
saying,
the past.
He's saying if they become fit before Australia
No,
series.
don't.
So why do you think?
Already you've got your players as a backup who are performing well. Supposing Ishan and Sanju, they do very well. Then players who don't have that much of game time, why are you suddenly getting them back? Just on reputation alone.
But proven. So his point is not.
No.
He doesn't want it. Yes.
Definitely bringing them back because then whatever khichdi you've put out, you can throw it out and get the actual ingredients. Which are these two?
You believe in that?
Yes, 100%.
This is rich. This is rich from Shane. Because what is the one name in that he's always panned ever since his existence?
Yeah, but I have,
KL Rahul.
existence here, matlab kya? I'm 30 years old.
Here, been 2 years in sports today. Every
Existence,
single time,
Yeah,
every single
and in
video,
T20I,
and KL Rahul.
and in T20Is, he's deserved it. In tests
Yeah.
also, he's been horrible. In ODIs, he's been good. So I would actually start him.
He's good. How the time changes. This is
Yeah, in ODIs, he's been good.
He's open to change. He's accepting. Nah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
See, what we don't change. I may be critical of one player because I've seen some bad performance.
Yeah.
But suddenly, if he has a couple of good series, what should I be like?
No, so like for instance,
praise him.
haven't
Should I
we-
say no? Because I at one point
Exactly.
thought that he's not good. I'll continue to keep.
In
Have
Shane's
we
case,
not-
it is not one point.
No,
it's
have
been consistent.
Have we
before
not?
this
Have we
also.
not constantly criticized Ishan Kishan that he struggles against certain types of bowlings or certain types of pitches? But if he's gotten you runs, you have to give the man his due, right? So what do you do?
Yeah, that's his opinion. You're not going to pick him. He will pick you. Even if they're available from Australia.
Yeah, I would 100% pick them.
You're picking for the opponent, right?
Siddharth, which is why you need to be a little flexible. Tata can be wrong also at times.
I know that. Tata is wrong. He's not
But you
God.
never say it here.
Of course I do.
No, he does. He is criticized.
For the T20 team selection, I was the most critical that Ashwin was picked.
Acha, anyway, Gargi,
I say yes, I trust KL Rahul in ODIs. And I hear, of course,
even if they are just available in Australia,
yeah.
okay, you will have them in the.
Yeah, because that's the core team that we envisioned. So why not?
I'll also have them. My reasons, not just cricketing reasons, was also because it is so often been
Don't
said.
give me non-cricketing reasons.
Exactly. What is the non-cricketing reason
I
here?
like his Instagram feed.
No, I'll tell you.
Or I'm a big fan
What-
of his wife's acting.
No. What have we said? What have we said?
Have you
We
seen any of his wife's movies?
We
I'll
have.
give you an example. I don't know.
We failed
You
to.
said non-cricketing.
Less said about that, the better,
It is
please.
partly cricketing.
Personal,
Partly.
these are
Exactly.
personal comments below the bed.
Oops.
So, the point I was trying to make was, I'll have them for the reason that what has been said about this Indian team consistently can't handle the nerves. You want to try people who've not had that World Cup experience before. These are people who've had the backing and it's been spoken out openly. Have them there, simple as that. They know.
That's a flawed reason. I'll tell you why. Because KL Rahul has not performed in any World Cup, and Shreyas Iyer has always missed out, getting
T20
injured.
World Cup.
No. You
He's
will
not performed ODI World Cup.
ODI World Cup he was fine. 2019 he was
You will also
fine.
look at the reputation that he's coming in with because he has now transformed into not
A good ODI player. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's fair. But Shreyas Iyer, poor guy, always gets injured just before the World Cup. So
Okay.
he's always had that.
So that is why take that risk?
No, I will still
Your,
bring them back.
Bill is the highest averaging player batting at number 4.
And you're one player who can consistently play well against spin. You desperately need that. Otherwise, all of your batsmen look clueless against spin. You need Shreyas Iyer.
Surya Kumar Yadav will agree with that. Yeah, I mean, he struggled.
Against spin in particular.
Left arm spin. in
Left arm
particular.
orthodox and leg spin he tends to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All 360-degree players, by the way, they do struggle against leg spin. AB de Villiers struggled against leg spin.
True.
Quite a lot. I mean, he had trouble against Adil Rashid quite often.
I
Mason
told you,
Crane, can you believe it, of all people?
Are you a 360 player?
Yeah.
Mason Crane.
You are definitely a player who plays in the B, especially he likes cutting a lot.
Yeah.
AB
Sam from Australia.
It must be pretty late there.
4.5 hours, right?
It must be 2:30 or 1:30.
Sorry?
6.5
Hey, you're
hours.
mixing up Australia and US.
Yeah.
Is it 6.5 or 5.5 hours ahead now?
5.5.
So 1:30.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There is an article stating India may play Gill at 4 and Kishan as an opener.
Yeah.
That would be the biggest blunder in the last 4
I
years.
agree.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Why would you mess with Gill's position when that seems sorted? Kishan, and more importantly, you need a left-hander more so in the middle order because your middle order looks one-dimensional.
Exactly. And you're going by just this one series in West Indies where he's outperformed Gale. But Gale has been your most consistent white ball batter.
But AB Sam, there have
Including the
been
IPL and before the IPL as well.
there have been bigger blunders in the last 4 years than this particular.
Don't even.
Let's not get started.
Why? Oh, the show itself will end by that time. yeah.
Shobham has said why he's saying Hardik is all our assumptions and
Were wrong.
were saying, do you remember interview of Hardik at the time of previous IPL where I think he heaped a lot of praise on Tilak Verma. That he
2022.
played for India.
To be fair, even Rohit had said that
Rohit
this
has
year.
that, yeah.
So then he's the perfect guy and that's
For one reason, I don't know why I thought because Hardik had run out Tilak Verma in one of the IPL games.
This I don't remember.
Last
I was just trying to connect the
No,
dots.
I don't.
Last
I'll go with Sid GPT if he remembers.
I don't remember that.
No.
The only one game was played last year where I think MI won by 5 runs. That last over bowled by Daniel Sams.
I'm
Did
very
Tilak, but 1 minute. Tilak Verma didn't play last year. No, he was injured.
No, 2022 he played.
He played.
He played. No, 23 he was mostly injured. 22 he was one of the consistent batters.
Teams, no?
Eh?
So exactly,
That's
they
why
run
we get
behind
him
him out.
out now.
Exactly.
No, he's thinking non-striker.
No, I can't remember any kind of a run out.
You and I don't remember that.
But it's happened.
So as AB Sam himself points out, by the way, he says that Gill's your most consistent ODI batter, played 26 innings and has recorded most runs for after first 26 innings. Why fix if not broken?
But AB Sam, the Indian team believes, the management believes it is broken.
But Gill is not.
No, I mean, whatever. Why did he then want to demote himself to number 3 in test
Hey,
matches?
he won't be asked.
No, he was definitely.
But not in the ODI thing, nah. Not ODI.
We don't know. We don't know.
Why wouldn't he be asked?
Not ODI.
He was if he was asked
See,
for
you were
tests
looking
where
at
he's
a
played a handful of
template
games.
over there in tests. You
Arey,
look for a new
template.
Not here.
Template.
What template are we talking about?
Acha, before we wind up, the game's about to start. What do you guys make of the T20 series in general? I just want to spend some time talking about West Indies because, you know, we're all hoping for a more competitive series and there's a possibility that you might get it. One, because T20 is like, you know, completely West Indies kind of a format
Yeah.
where they really do well. That's one. Secondly, the big guns have returned. Jason Holder's come back. Nicholas Puran's come back. Nicholas Puran after winning
The MLC.
in the US. So,
Edmund was there in the ODIs also.
so now
Did
he's
nothing.
back. All of that. I think Roston Chase and all of them are back
Chase is
into
also
the
there,
11.
yes.
So the team looks strong. It's the format that suits them. It's also the place where the next T20 World Cup will happen. So in terms of context, in terms of competition, I really
That last point that you said, that is the only relevance. Otherwise, this West Indies team, they are not putting up much of a fight.
No, but I'm saying, listen, in one day also they beat you one game, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying in T20 they're very competitive, and also what happens in T20, it reduces the gap between teams.
Exactly.
One or two good performances
Yes.
can make a huge difference, and now they're a full strength T20 team. It's no more, you know, their big guns missing.
Why was Jason Holder not playing ODIs again?
He was not available for selection.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah. Nicholas Puran, obviously, MLC.
Was he playing some other league?
Maybe playing the MLC, maybe.
No. Holder
The
wasn't
official
there.
release said was he wasn't available for selection. Him and Chemo Ball, I
Workload
guess.
management also.
Yeah.
They do their own workload management by not signing contracts.
Yeah.
Not available. But otherwise, if you look at this missing flights,
That's what I'm
yes.
saying.
But see, otherwise, if you look at this team, if you look at how they look, Brandon King, Kyle Mayers, Johnson Charles, by the way, has been spectacularly good in T20Is in recent times. Puran, Hetmeyer, Powell, Holder, that's powerful
Akil.
batting. think Akil Hussain himself can tonk a few. Although Robin Powell will be nullified badly today. Can't play spin.
Exactly.
Can't play spin at all. Ask the Delhi Capitals
He's
fan.
captain now, by the way. Of this
Exactly.
team.
I was looking like a
But even full strength West Indies nowadays have struggled against India, even a full strength. That's why from 5-2, which West Indies were heading, the head-to-head record, now it is 17-7.
Yeah.
Last 17 years, India won 15.
Yeah, you call them West Indies in the test series. They surprised you. First test, yes. Second test, they drew.
Rain.
Okay, whatever. Then you.
That is the same argument that the England team are doing.
ODIs, they beat you in an ODI.
That is sort of our own doing only.
Whatever. And T20s, don't be that show. You're trying to tell me it's 5-0?
No.
Then
3-2.
4-1.
3-2.
3-2.
4-1.
I have a sneaking 3-2 is a possibility.
Yeah.
You know why I say 3-2? Because they'll win maybe 3 out of the first 4. Do a lot of experimentation in the last game, may lose that.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, results aside, at least one thing about T20 is games are going to be
Entertaining.
Yeah. And they go towards the end.
Yeah.
More often than
And
not.
like we say for the Indian team that ODIs is a prefer format if we are looking at winning something. For West Indies it is this format. So you expect like a very good competition. Now we're doing score predictions.
We could. This is one format where you could actually.
Ayush is saying, sorry I missed that. He says that comment is sarcastic as it means Hardik is right person because he questioned MI's talent spotting earlier this year. Oh, that was a misunderstanding. What he had said, I think, he had said that listen, we're not a very big team in terms of financial power and this and we don't have too many stars, so we have to look at smaller players and build a team. Whereas, and in a way he wasn't wrong. Mumbai took it personally where Rohit came out and said that listen,
We made these stars.
make players also, they want stars to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Really got
But I think the
twisted.
general sentiment was fine. I just thought it was a bit of a, reading between the lines that happened in that interview. And I don't think Tilak Verma in that sense will have anything like that in mind. Mr. Shekhar says, morning, he says, proudly you have displayed 17-7 head-to-head in favour of India, conveniently brushing aside the fact that West Indies knocked out India in T20 World Cup 2010 and 16. Absolutely right.
But those are different West
We are
Indies,
just
right?
giving numbers aside.
Exactly.
We're not giving
No,
context.
in-
This is the live discussion.
Also in slugs, if we put everything, then what do we talk about?
No, and that was a West Indies side that was at the peak of its game.
That was a top West Indies side.
Yes.
On all cylinders they were firing.
Except 2010.
Shubham Garg says number 4 specialist position where batter should know how to defend attack according to the situation. Sadly, don't see those skills in Ishan, Sanju or Sky. But Sanju would be surprised if he couldn't be. Sky, yes, I can't really say that. I've been defending him a lot, but now he's, the batting performances that he's had, I also can't say much. Though I think he does has the ability to bat for long. I've kept saying this for a long time.
Right.
But because what happened,
We'll show it in the World Cup.
You know who can actually do that? Shreyas Iyer.
yeah, but
But we
But
don't
if
know
he's-
whether he's.
If he's fit,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come
Okay.
back.
Anything else you want to add?
Score predictions.
Score predictions quickly before we wind
My
up.
goodness.
160 West Indies are making and India are winning it.
I think 170 will be a close game, but India win.
173. India win, of course.
168 India win.
150. 5. India wins.
5 points for Gryffindor.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, see you.
Take care. Many innings. Catch
Many
you.
innings,
Bye.
yeah.